Ready? Okay.
Perfect. That's great.
There I was in federal prison. I had walked across an international border with 4 pounds of crystal methamphetamine duct taped around my waist. When I stood there at my arrest, I had been addicted to alcohol and methamphetamine for 17 years of my life. I was hopelessly strung out. I had lost my leg to amputation, my dad to lung cancer, custody of my only son because I was such a pathetic, strung out, drug addict mess. I had lost homes, vehicles, and everything. And there I stood at an international border with nothing and nobody but Jesus. I was arraigned in front of a federal judge at 17 years to life with my mom in the courtroom. It was shameful and it was hard. I had let everybody down and hurt everybody that I loved. But in that place of captivity, Jesus met me. Women from a prison ministry came. One of them saw me sitting on my bunk and crying, and she came and she sat down by me and she said, "Julie, do you know that Jesus loves you very much?" And I started crying. He can't love me after everything I had done. I had lived a life of such depravity, but she kept insisting that no matter what I had done, that Jesus hung and died on a cross to pay for every sin I had ever committed. And she told me that all I had to do was give my life to him. And that night, as all the other inmates were off eating dinner, I got down on my knees and I gave my heart and my life to Jesus. And I got out of prison after only 22 months. And I promised God that if he let me out, I would spend the rest of my life going back in and telling everybody that Jesus loved them and would give them a second chance. Right before I got out of prison, I was called to the chaplain's office and told that my mom, who was anxiously awaiting my release, had just died in her sleep. Nobody else in my family believed in me or wanted anything to do with me. That night, after I found out that my mom died, I got down on my knees on the cold, hard cement floor in my prison bunk, and I asked God, what am I gonna do now? And he said, as clear as a bell, Julie, it's time to depend only on me now. I went on to meet an amazing Christian man. After I had been out of prison, I had been praying for God to restore my son Tyler to my life. I went to the Jacksonville International Airport, and he got off a plane and he ran and he threw his arms around me, and God restored him fully to my life. And God has restored everything and more. God hasn't let me down. He hasn't failed me. Today, I'm an outreach pastor at Calvary Assembly of God in Orange Park, Florida. I have 2 college degrees, my son is restored, and I'm a prevention specialist going into schools all over Florida and telling young people all about alcohol and drug prevention. Everything about my life is different. I didn't deserve his grace, but he gave it anyway. I was finally able to overcome.